Greetings, royal family. My melanin makes me feel handsome. The beauty in the color, the contrast and different lighting, it makes me feel regal. The absorption of the sun rays increases their confidence to make me feel more handsome.
Self-care, my haircut, working out, what I eat.
Of course, the basics, brushing my teeth, cleansing my face. It's just showing up for what I'm doing. That's how I feel handsome. Because it's first about what I'm doing here and here, and then the rest follows.
I would say a lot of things make me feel handsome, both internally and externally. Internally, how I treat myself, how I motivate myself. And then externally, I would say how other people view me. They notice something that I changed or did. There's nothing ever wrong with a compliment. It kind of validates the way that you feel about yourself in a way.
My smile. Smiling is contagious. When you smile, others smile. It makes me feel handsome, and it's also a blessing to the world because it's giving that good energy off.
I feel like powerful may be something more that comes from inside, but handsome is definitely something that I think requires other people to help me feel that way.
The number one thing that makes me feel handsome and good is just getting a fresh lineup. So you know what else makes me feel really handsome? Is knowing that I am creating value in other people's lives.
I had the shortcut. I just feel a little better about myself when I have the locks, and it makes me feel a little more connected to my ancestry and my African heritage.
I think it's being well groomed. I think, clean shave, taking care of yourself, having pride in how you appear and you present yourself to the world.
Do you feel judged by your looks, and how does it make you feel? Absolutely.
Current day, now, so I know that I show up and people are judging me for what they see, but it doesn't affect me because I'm going to show up how I'm going to show up anyway. And I'm gonna aim to be as comfortable as possible in whatever space I'm in. When I was a teenager, things weren't as secure to me in my own world. And in those times, it was me developing my own character. It's a great thing to come to terms with the understanding that you're not perfect, because no one is, but there's beauty in that.
We are judged by our looks. How I look shows whether I take care of myself or not. And oftentimes, that becomes a judge of character. How does it make me feel? I don't necessarily allow that fact to bother me, but I respect it and understand why it's put in place.
Of course, I feel judged. I'm a black man in America. We all are judged. So putting your best foot forward can help you tailor people's perception. Just making sure you present yourself well to the world.
I have been judged by my looks many times, and what it's actually done for me, because I've always known who I was regardless of how people judged me. So it kind of made me rebel. I don't feel like I have to wear a certain look to justify what it is that I have and who I am.
Absolutely. How does that make me feel? It doesn't make me feel anything. You can create your looks. And looks help us believe the situation. That's why when you go to job interviews, you make sure you look presentable.
Never allowing the outside to gain too much control of the way that you feel about you.
How does America view the black boy?
I feel like sometimes America just views us as another number, just one more of them, if you want to call it that. So I'm excited when I can know, or when I can see, like, you and I are helping create values in other people's lives.
In my opinion, they view us primarily as a labor force and a talent pool. They've always been fond of our culture and our creative talents, art, music, fashion, film, so forth. So while they're proud to employ us in positions as workers with the lower tiers and the middle levels of the companies, they rarely are willing to accept us rising to levels of leadership.
They look at us as a threat as boys. We gotta expect that, and we work harder. And we perform smarter and achieve super high levels by all means necessary. It's imperative, actually, because the hurdles are going to be there for the boys, and it's going to carry into adulthood. But that doesn't stop us, right?
America views the black boy as a threat, not because black boys are dangerous or threatening, but mainly because black boy is powerful. And if the black boy had knowledge of self, they have the potential to take over the world. People know this fact. They tend to feel afraid. Now, this fear isn't something that you should feel shameful of. Embrace it. You are powerful, and you do have the ability to take over the world.
America views the black boy as a threat. You should be aware of it, but it doesn't mean you need to necessarily react to that. You show up how you show up. You be great how you decide to be great, if there are moments of frustration, passion, anger, things that kind of play into that perceived notion of a threat, you can feel that too.
What do you feel is the most important thing you need to develop from a young man to a king?
I believe is simply caring about the people around you. The really challenging task, and I think our true purpose as kings, is to make sure that the kingdom is taken care of, that the youth are taken care of, and that the community is taken care of.
The most important thing in developing a young man to a king is investing the time and the patience to erase the falsehoods taught to them daily, making them know that they are kings.
I think discipline, leadership skills, taking accountability of your mistakes.
How I choose my kingdom. The village you choose, you have to be careful with that, because that village will feed you, that village will protect you, that village would honor you, or it can do the opposite.
History, knowing where you come from so you know where you're going, and then values, knowing what you stand on so that you can live a life that you're proud of. And purpose, always think about that as you decide to do something that you haven't done before. Why am I doing this? What is my purpose in doing it?
That's what changes you from a young man to a king, is understanding your experiences, not dwelling in them, but learning from them. And then from there, making the best decision to make yourself a better person.
My village that makes me feel like a king is the Royalty Project. Love yourself. I love you. Stay blessed.